simply statues and fill them. Because there are many leaves, but also small bugs like spiders, be careful with the bites, ladybugs, worms, caterpillars, ants, flies, beetles, mantis, and each story is different. And the other one is in the same medium. Those are the perfect match for that naturalist facade. But now the time has come. Get ready for the wow moment. Because we're about to step into magical place. So let's feel the energy all together. For the church, no hats, no caps, no sunglasses are allowed. We are going to make the countdown, 3, 2, 1. Once we step into the basilica, look upwards, you will hallucinate, and of course you may take as many pictures as you want.
Wow.
Ready? Let's go. 3, 2, 1, and then look upwards. Wow.
Wow.
I have to say, wow, right? It's an incredible place. I've been coming here for over 7 years now, several times a week, and I'm still amazed by this. So if this is your very first time here inside the Sagrada, I guess that you will be hallucinating. Because Gaudi defined every single notion about a Catholic church you may have. Usually a Catholic temple has lower ceilings, darker areas, and plenty of chapels, paintings, and sculptures. But over here is kind of the opposite. Because what is Gaudi really doing here? Well, he's provided for wider spaces, higher ceilings, plenty of natural light and ventilation getting inside. And what about the chapels, paintings, and sculptures? Chapels? Over here, there are only 7. 7 as the capital stands. And those are all journeyed into the abstract, like the nosy and annoying to the rest of the basilica. What about the paintings? Have you seen any canvases around? Any paintings hanging on the walls?
No.
No, right? And you could stay here all day long. You wouldn't find any. 0, not a single one. Because according to the owners of this place, they just want to keep this church kind of minimalist. Minimalist. The building is the decoration itself. You don't need anything else thanks to the stainless windows. And what about the statues? Outside you saw dozens of them, but here not so many. Indeed, that's the first of the many games Gaudi is going to play with you. Because he's like a playful child in a treasure hunting fest. So the first of the many games is called Find Human Statues. If you turn around, you have the first one. Hello, St. Joseph. And look at St. Joseph's face. He's giving you the first clue. He's making a connection with the opposite side. And who's at the other side? And if we have the 2 supporting roles, how can we miss the superstar? Of course, we won't miss him. He's at the main altar. And look at what's behind Jesus' body. Well, we have a Latin cross, right? That's the final clue to understand this game. Because the playful child of Antoni Gaudí is providing for a cross by using the statues. That means 1, 2, 3. And if you want to complete that cross, there should be a 4th statue over there. But unless you don't get really close to it, so please take my times. You won't see it. You need to get right next to the benches, then lean on your body, look at your left side, and a very strange dark statue should appear. And once you have checked, please leave room for the others so they can see it as well. Now that most of you have seen it, quick question for you. Who's that guy? It's not a lady. That's the only clue I can give you.
It's a guy with his braids.
So Judas, that traitor. Let me tell you about Judas. He's a mean guy, that's for sure. He messed it up a lot with Jesus. And he will have his 15 minutes of glory. But towards the series finale, not at the Passion Facade, nothing here. So nice try, keep playing, not Judas. Who else could be? And I love that answer. Who else could be besides Judas?
When I said death?
It's a guy, not a lady, keep that in mind. And it's a massive again, because it's half of the population.
Do you have more clues?
That's a very important answer. That's for sure. Who else could be? Besides Judas.
Peter?
Ah, he's always portrayed as the good guy, as a contrast to Judas, indeed. Because he's like, he made everything he could. It's a lie. He didn't. He had some serious issues with denial. Jesus? Who's that guy? Jesus? I don't know him. Jesus? Who you're telling me about? He will appear. Opposed to Judas at the Passion facade. So nothing here. Nice right, he played. Who else could be?
Let me check again.
So not Peter nor Judas. Taking any other proposal, I think he's good.
Death?
Oh, maybe I gave you the impression with all that the story of how Gaudi died that we love the bloody greater things. And we do, and maybe not that much, so not death. I will give you another hint. Now I feel generous. It's a flesh and body person, not an idea. So, a guy, not a lady, flesh and body person, not an idea. Who could be? So not Judas, not God the Father, not Peter, not death. Could be.
Dark matter.
Silence? That soon? Okay, then I will tell you the top three answers. And then you will see how creative people can get and also how off topic they can go. Pop culture has hit really bad. I have to warn you. Top three. Kids, teenagers, younger generations, they love Harry Potter. You heard me, Harry Potter, but they are not talking about Harry Potter himself. There is a logic behind this. They are talking about a way darker character. The one that cannot be named, but I will say his name because that one is not Lord Voldemort. Come on, Voldemort.
Lucy?
We are mother, but we are not that mother, not Voldemort. Top two, not only kids, also the adults join the party. That's worrisome. Because you add in the mix movie fans, Christopher Nolan, superheroes, and then you get the question, is that one Batman the Dark Knight? Batman? We're not in Gotham City. We don't need any kind of protection here at the Basilica. And on top of that, we don't know how to produce a proper vaccine. And then, top one. That character is beloved by so many generations, and let me tell you, it's the pop culture version of the devil. Let me tell you, it's not the devil, the one up there. But many people, they believe the pop version culture could be.
Maybe it's a Lucy.
So many people, they believe that the pop culture version of the devil could be over there. Do you know who's that guy? Correct, that's right, Darth Vader. And then I tell the people, may the force be with you, always. But the devil starts controlling the wrong night. So let's make one thing. We won't go crazy about his identity. We'll get over there, we'll pay our respects, and he will reveal himself eventually. In the meantime, let's talk about everything else in here, because we have many more features to be checked, and most of them inspired by the great muse of Antoni Gaudí. Nature all around the place. So please pay special attention to the pillars and the stainless windows, because those are sharing a secret between them. They hold a special connection with the original Basilica, and we are going to find out which one right away. And of course, in the meantime, I will make you with the mystery. So you will keep thinking about who's that guy over there. Come now, let's start. Well, those pillars are provided for a very common style. What about this thing?
Over here, ready for the yes.
On your left hand, you have green tonality. Green tonality is by here. one guy was what he did with the sun. Correct, that's right, those are trees. Welcome to the fortress, Sagrada Familia. Just as well right now. Noble ends, three times. The inclined columns, the branches. And finally, right on top, you have the fancy relief design replicated all over the place in order to cover the whole ceiling and give us a sensation of a forest. But we are not in a cold stone forest, but in a living organic one, thanks to the stainless windows inside. I already commented on the four major tonalities of color. But what are those four tonalities representing? Think about nature. Correct, that's right, the fourth. My goodness, you know all the answers. You're welcome.
Come on, guys.
Blue for winter, green for spring, red and yellow for summer, ochres and maroons for the autumn, for the fall. So depending on the time of the day you are coming in here, a different forest is waiting for you. It's constantly changing thanks to the position of the sun and the intensity of the natural light that is getting through the windows. And that's magnificent. But do you think that Gaudi was satisfied? Never enough. That guy was so obsessed about natural light that he thought about two more ways to attract that one inside. If you look upwards, around the ceiling you will see plenty of stainless windows, but those are made of white and yellowy stones. Those allow for an extra input of natural light. But even more, what about the ceiling itself? Up there you may distinguish plenty of closed bolts. Those bolts are closed because of safety. Don't forget, they're still working on Jesus Towers right now. But once the Sagrada Familia is completed, those ones will be wide open. And can you see those star-shaped devices? Those are made of glass and concrete, and nowadays they are backed by electric lights. But in the future, they will also work as natural light diffusers. So the light will come from the sky to the interior, and thanks to the diffusers left to right, the whole structure will become a gigantic skylight. That means that there will be no need for electricity on a sunny day. And that's really unique for a Catholic temple. Because think about the concept of a regular church. You're supposed to get there to pay your respects to the Lord. And sometimes everything is so dark that you're coming like fearful in order to spy your sins to God. But over here, no. You find the light of God all around you, loving and embracing you. So the message of this Sunday is quite simple, but also very powerful. God is love. And that's very unique to check in this place.
有啊，本來係你望到峰頂先見到嗰幾粒嘢，但係你呢度望咧，見到嘅嘢，嗰幾粒星星喺度，呢幾粒白色嘅。
First international connection. Guys, you can say for the English, parts of Russia, England, are curious. Catalonia as well. That's Saint George. We're talking here San Jordi, the one who slayed the dragon and saved the princess. But have you ever seen a black-skinned Saint George? Never? Well, it doesn't matter. Because here in Catalonia, we are looking for equality and multiculturalism. We have two religions. Saint George and Virgin Mary of Montserrat. Have you been to Montserrat? The serrated shaped mountain, super-sized basilica mini virgin is about the size. Anyone to Montserrat? No one. Okay, then I apologize in advance. The virgin is about this size for others who love the virgins, and she's called La Moreneta, the little black Madonna. She's one of every few black virgins of Spain. So we have a mashup over here, Saint George with Black Spain, a double homage to both legends of Catalonia. But look at the message of this hand. He's placing Catalonia at the same level as the Holy Family. So he's saying, hey, religion is important, but Catalonia is too. Don't forget about that. One of a kind of guy. But that's not the only connection with the rest of the people. There are hundreds of those. Those names are all playing all around the world. What about the if you're coming from Japan, from Hong Kong, from Canada, from the States, from the Philippines, don't you worry, guys. That's your side. At summer, and now from summer, fall, and the whole American continent, Asian, African. So once we finish the tour, look for your neighbors. It may take you a while. There are hundreds of those. He was a teenager and wasn't that necessarily. From that same print in 40 different languages. Let's look for these six. In the size, we have Our Father, and then in a small size, we have He has these days our daily bread. But there are many more languages. You will find Greek.
Yes.
You will find Chinese. Yes, we have Mandarin Chinese over there. We have Japanese over there. We have,
Deutsch, Germany.
of course, you have German, you have French, you have Italian, Russian, Tagalog. Tagalog is in here. Romanian, Norwegian, Swedish, any major language, Arabic, any major language you can think of, it's in here. But imagine you didn't care about the language exchange. You just wanted to open the doors. That's fine. You know the doormat. AG. It's not any guess, but any guess? Who's AG? I cannot believe you. We have been talking about the guy the whole day. Antoni Gaudí, of course. If you open the door, he gives you the welcome. This has happened only once, though. We had the visit of the German Pope. Benedict XVI came over on the 7th of November 2010. He got through the doors until the main altar, and from there he consecrated this place as a basilica. Until then, no masses were held in here, only in the crypt, only in the basement, because this area was a construction site for many decades. And I remember that for two of you it was your second time here in Barcelona, but is it your first time here inside the Sagrada? First timers?
First time.
Then let's make an exercise of imagination. Imagine that you were coming here not that long ago, in 1991, 1 year prior to the Olympics in Barcelona. When I was only 5 years old, over here there was no floor. It will be just regular sand below our feet. The pillars and the walls were begun to be constructed on both sides. The only completed parts were Nativity, the structure for the Passion of the statues, part of the apse, the upper levels were not entirely done. And of course, forget about this because it was open sky. I know it's hard to believe, but that's the reason I have to confess something. I still have very few, but some hopes they can finish the rest of the building in the next upcoming years. Because most of it has been provided in the last 3 decades. So maybe it's time for this. Please, Gaudi, make that miracle happen. It's only 82 years ago, it's not that much, please. But while we're waiting for that, I will give you a chance to some of you to check on your videos. Because we are going to walk through some of all forest. If you're lucky, you will discover them. If you're not lucky, don't you worry, you will enjoy them feature.
These doors will be turned around and face the outside.
The pillars, the floor, on us. Yes, on us as well. I can see you more than slightly injured here. You look like one of my children. Now you are finally prepared. crossroad between the main nave and the transept. They lead from those intertone pillars at the central area of the basilica. What about the pillars you have around? Inside, there are places. Taking the materials from wherever those are available. But those are really important to us because those are the home of the family. Let's take the first one. If you look towards the right, seeking the we have a naval representing John. The name is on the water. Then on the left side we have a word representing Luke in Catalan. Then over here, please be very careful with the neck. Because up there we have a lion representing Mark and the Mark as well. Keep in mind that for Gaudi, any living being could be a representative of God on earth. So that's why to depict the four storytellers for the arch that was taking regular animals and people and adding them wings to emphasize their holiness. Well, those four pillars over here, those are also supporting for the structure of 5 different towers. Each one. And then right on top of that central wall, we have the tower of Pisa. It's 172.5 meters high. So let's hope those won't crumble. Because we're who's going to stay in Barcelona until Sunday morning? Sunday morning in Barcelona? Just me? Are you all leaving? Okay, then don't you worry, guys. You're going to stay until Sunday? Then you are the lucky guys. The rest of you, now you have the perfect excuse for coming back to the city. Because Sunday morning, 8 o'clock, those doors are wide open for you. And you need access to the grounds for free. And then they close those on the logistics. 2 priests appear at the main altar, one right next to the other. They just have 1 hour for priests. So they go you wander around and take pictures like No. We are privileged. Those are kindly asked to go bye-bye. Absolutely everyone is welcome to go. Because I'm curious to know. Let's see here. I mean, who's standing in the structure of the Sagrada Familia?
Us.
You're absolutely right, sir. But let me specify. I'm not. Thank you so much for your contribution. Only from Indian space they got reference. 134 million euros in just 1 year, 2024. So if they don't make it in time by 2033 or 2035, as they claim, it won't be because of funding. They have plenty. It will be because of technical issues. Gaudi designed a very complex building. But keep that in mind. From now on, there's no So thank you so much for your visit. And please keep coming back. We'll receive you with wide open arms. And since we are talking about big things like that, let's keep on with that. Because now we're going to feel the troubles of passion. We're going to be so that maybe so much. So we are ready to say this. Because now we are going to take the city now. And then you will see how different this facade looks like. Because first of all, there is no elevation. Everything looks so clean, so empty, so related. And there are many between cubist and surreal style sculptures. This sculptor is the same guy who makes St. George inside. His name is Maria Subirats. And Mr. Subirats is following the guidelines of Gaudi, but with his very own personal style. On the left side, we have the last Supper. Jesus on the left. He's got with his disciples, and he's telling them, I will be your last and I'm going to die. And everyone is so upset. Everyone. No, not everyone. Because we have that guy looking back at us, holding silver coins. That one is the big traitor. That one is. This is Jesus to let those soldiers go. That's the man we're looking for. That's his but guys, one on earth. Have you seen the Sudoku? We have a Sudoku over there, many numbers. 1, 14, 14, 4, 11, 7, 6, 9, 8, 10, 5, 13 to 3, 15. What do they mean all those numbers? Well, that's a special connection I told you there was between Gaudi and Max. It's a magical square. If you add them up, those numbers, horizontally, vertically, or diagonally, you will get always the same result. Have you tried? I will give you a few seconds. Let's see how fast is it. Right, 33, the age of Jesus Christ with the resurrection. So we have the passion represented by the sciences. By the way, there are more than 300 possible combinations. You can stay here all day long getting 33, 33, 33. And this way easier with this weather, just to take the picture with the cell phone and do the match at home. Because we have many more features in each time. For instance, you are going to deny me 3 times before the minister says. What he's saying to you, right next to people who have also Christ, it has already said, so Peter has already denied Jesus 3 times. So symbolism plays a key role in the Sagrada Familia at all times. And now, let's go back to because he's having a rough time too. He's been sentenced to death. Central area, right side, central area, central side, road to station, finally right on top, identification of Jesus. And look at that. He's fully naked, with open arms, but he doesn't look at front, but downwards, and at the same time he has no face. Plenty of people kept asking to Subirats about the face thing, and he was always claiming the same. He's making a connection with you. And that provides a connection between the worshipper and all of us. But that's kind of a tricky connection. So if you're missing his face, just look a little bit below. Because Veronica, that face with the face of Jesus replicated by miracle. Because according to that miracle of Veronica, Jesus cleaned his face by using her cover during the Via Crucis, and the face was kept in the Christ. And right next to that miracle of Veronica, we have 2 Roman soldiers and the evangelists. Those were special homages to Gaudi. Here's one, the soldiers. Look at those towers. Those are quite similar to the chimneys of Casa Milà, La Pedrera, another building for Gaudi. And for those chimneys, Gaudi got the inspiration from the entire cypress field. The cypress like the tree on the other side. So we have a very clear chain of inspiration for the field. First the cypress with the fruit, then Casa Milà with the chimneys, and finally the soldiers with those towers. Finally, that's it? No. There is one last bit of a connection, but it has to do with this very famous tool. I really hope you can recognize it because music is not my thing, but I will try to do my best. Let's see. What's that? That's right, the real march from Star Wars. Because guess who came in the 60s, before his famous movies were shot? George Lucas himself, the director, paid a visit to Barcelona, but he didn't came here to Sagrada Familia. He went there to Casa Milan. He looked up there to the chimney so similar to those governments. It is believed that he was so inspired by those that he decided to create not Darth Vader, but his famous stormtroopers. So if you watch the oldest episodes by the Empire Strikes Back, you will see the connection with Barcelona. Amazing inspiration coming from absolutely anywhere. So guys, this time for real, I have to tell you, may the force be with you. And right next to the Star Wars connection, we have an evangelist. And that one is a hipster, dream vivid version of Antoni Gaudí. That's the art in the flesh, rolling stone. He's the major guest star of this year's crowd, the mastermind behind everything we have seen today so far. So he deserves that homage and many more. If the other facade was outstanding, this one is so shocking. Gaudi provided for a very unique basilica. And now it's your turn to keep checking on the many symbolisms the arch developed to us. Because I'm going to set you free, and you can run a while around this basilica as long as you want until 7 p.m. If you trespass, that great building down there to the left, the one that says exit, game over to all of you. So please make sure you have checked absolutely everything before you go, because they will give you second chances. You're still missing some places. For instance, you may get to the 3 steps match. What's that? You get all the way down, you turn to the left, and then left again. Down, left, left. Don't you worry, you are still inside the premises. You're not leaving anything. What will you find over there? Step number 1, vending machines. You may buy some water, soda, or coffee to hydrate yourself. Really important. Then right next to the vending machines, how curious, you have the restrooms. So step number 2, the other way around. Please dehydrate yourself soon. It's also necessary from time to time. And finally the museum, with pictures of everything I told you about, and an extra one, a full capture of the tomb of Antoni Gaudí. So step number 3, please pay your respects to the big guy. Wait a minute, I'm telling you about the picture. Let's see if you remember. Where is Gaudi buried? What is his tomb? His pleasure life. Is it here? He's in the crypt. So of course I will tell you how to get to the real one. I got everything covered. Go back to the basilica. Once you get to the bench, just turn to the left side, and through the windows on the crypt, between the 3rd and the 4th, you may check from the distance on the real tomb of the one and only Antoni Gaudí. The one that has red and white candles on it is the tomb of the architect. The one that has no candles at all and is not properly taken care of is the one of the promoter. Because let's face it, who cares about the bling bling guy anymore when you got the great architect with the ideas? And last but not least, thank you so much for coming with me. It has been a real pleasure to show you around this wonderful place. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me about it. Otherwise, see you again whenever the Sagrada is completed. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you.
So now it's time